Alright, this is Vegeta8259 again, and I figured since everyone else seems to be doing Transformers Revenge of the Fallen reviews, or rants in some cases, I figured I'd just go ahead and throw in my 2 cents, especially since, unlike a lot of people, I didn't think the movie was half bad. So, yeah, got my little notebook, stuff I wanted to mention. Anyway, I guess we'll start off with the bad stuff first. Not too much bad stuff in my opinion. My one thing I noticed during the movie was that the pace was a bit too fast. In fact, I thought it was really fast. It was just like as soon as the Paramount logo went off the screen, it's like bam, we were right into the movie and we were just going and going and going. I don't think there was hardly any slow scenes in the movie at all. No, pretty much not any. Yeah, I think my solution would have been, I think splitting Revenge of the Fallen into 2 movies, kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean or The Matrix, or something along those lines. Because, I mean, the movie's already 2.5 hours long, so I don't think there's really any way you could slow it down without splitting it into 2 movies. Unless you wanted to make people sit through like a 5-hour Transformer movie. I mean, I would, but I don't know that most people would want to. The second thing that really, probably the thing that bugged me the most was, this is a spoiler, by the way. If you haven't seen the movie, just stop watching. At the very end of the movie, at the final battle scene, Devastator combines and crawls up the pyramid and starts tearing up stuff. But at the same time that Devastator's tearing up the pyramid, you can see Constructicons fighting the Nest soldiers and the other humans in that little town, namely Long Haul, Mixmaster, and Rampage. And Rampage was red for some reason, even though on Devastator he was yellow and the toy's yellow. I still haven't figured that one out. But anyway, the Constructicons were in 2 places at once in the final battle, and it was just driving me crazy while I was watching it, because I used to be an animation major. I've since switched to illustration, and when we would do animations and do stories, like continuity bugs like that were like a big no-no. So if we did something like that, our teachers would get pretty pissed off at us. But I don't know if Michael Bay intended there to be more than one set of Constructicons, or if he just made a mistake. I don't know. Either way, yeah, wasn't too keen on that part. Let's see, what's next? Before I saw the movie, I read the prequel novel, The Veiled Threat, and after I finished it, I just went ahead and went right into the novelization of the movie. So I already knew what was going to happen in the movie like 2 weeks before it came out, because I'd read the book. But at the end of the novel, and at the end of IDW's comic book adaptation of the movie, there's a scene where Megatron goes through space back to the Nemesis on whatever planet or asteroid it's on, and revives all of those protoform Decepticons that we saw in that one scene with Megatron and the Fallen. He revives them, apparently, to start a new army for a potentially 3rd movie, I guess. But they left that out of the movie, and I was kind of disappointed, because I was sitting in my seat when the credits were rolling waiting for it, and never got it. So I thought that was a shame, because I thought it was a really cool scene. Let's see. Other little things. I thought the Fallen died way too easily. He was a chump in this movie. I mean, it's like 5 seconds after Optimus combined with Jetfire and the Fallen was dead. I mean, if you know anything about the Fallen other than what's in this movie, you know that the Fallen's a badass. And yeah, I was just disappointed to see him not last as long as I hoped he would last in a fight against Optimus. Let's see, little stuff. There was really no explanation of how the Fallen got free, because in the prequel novel and in the prequel comic books, the Fallen is trapped in this like sarcophagus thing with a big Decepticon symbol on it. And when we get in the movie, he's just sitting on the Nemesis, chilling out, I guess. And there was no explanation of how he got out of that little alternate dimension trap thing. So that was never explained. And then the last bad points are just screen time issues. Jolt, who I thought was an awesome Transformer with the little electric hands, he got about a grand total of 10 seconds of screen time. Basically, his only function in the movie was to combine Optimus and Jetfire together with Ratchet's help. And Sideswipe, who we apparently, from so much promotion before the movie came out, we thought was going to have a pretty big role in the movie. He was only in it for about 15 seconds. Most of his screen time was at the beginning, where he cut Sideways in half, who had even less screen time than him. So, that's pretty much the bad stuff. Now on to the good stuff. I really liked the interaction between the Transformers in this movie. It was a lot better than the first movie. Especially, Megatron and Starscream. Starscream had a lot better role in this movie than he did in the first one. I think in the first one he had like one line and didn't do much of anything except kill humans. And in this movie, he and Megatron were much more reminiscent of how they were in Generation 1. I thought that was really nice. And other, like the Autobots, interacted a lot better as well. Let's see. A lot of people didn't like the humor in Revenge of the Fallen. I actually thought some of the scenes were pretty funny. I mean, some of them weren't really necessary. Of course, I mean, it's the unnecessary stuff that gives a movie personality, but I mean, I thought some of them were funny. I liked Agent Simmons a lot better in this movie. I don't know why. He grew on me in this movie, whereas in the first one he didn't really. Yeah, I really like Jetfire as a character as well. He was, I mean, you usually don't get too many old crotchety Transformers, especially not like Jetfire where they're literally falling apart. And I actually thought it was really, really entertaining. I enjoyed it. It was very different from, especially like the Japanese Transformer series where they're all young and heroic and just, yeah. It went a long way to show that Transformers aren't perfect. I mean, it almost brings them almost down to a human level, because you don't really think about Transformers aging because they're millions of years old, but I guess eventually they do kind of wear out. The visuals, of course, were amazing. I don't think I've heard anybody complain about the visuals for Revenge of the Fallen. And especially the Fallen's the Fallen, before he got killed by Optimus in 5 seconds, was awesome. Especially, doing this little... I guess robots don't have telepathy, but, when he lifted up the big blocks and the rocks and was throwing them at the fighter jets and stuff, and his little teleportation thing where he just zips like in a lightning bolt all over the place. Awesome. But, that was all the specific stuff. Overall, I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I don't think it lived up to the hype that they gave it before the movie came out. I think I'll put Revenge of the Fallen just a few notches below the first Transformers movie. Like I said, some of the humor and stuff didn't bother me. I thought it was actually pretty funny. And, it's definitely very different from a traditional Transformers movie. Sam Witwicky was much more intense in this movie. He wasn't, this aloof little teen who just wants to get laid. He was actually, well, okay, he was, but at the beginning of the movie, but especially as after Optimus died, Sam got a lot more serious, and I think that was a good thing. So, yeah, I guess that's about it for this review. I don't even know if I'm over on time. I might be. But, yeah, definitely, if you're not a fan of Transformers, go see it. If you're, you know what, whoever you are, just go see the movie at least once. If you don't like it, fine. But if you do like it, great, because I liked it. So, I guess that's about it, and I'll see you guys next time.